1960, class of 1960. No, I entered ASD, I think 1946 or 40, either one. And back and forth from my home in Simsbury to school, back and forth until the 8th grade. Then I stayed in the dorm. See, one of the few that did that, and most stayed at the school. The kids up, I lived about 15 minutes from the school. Parents wanted me back. That was their decision. Speech. That time, my parents wanted me to use speech, so I followed them. They didn't understand sounds or speech. The family was all the hearing, except one hard of hearing. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I always had a good speech, and then yes, training at school, combined helped a lot in life.
At the time you went into
Dr. Boltner, son, Dr. Boltner. Oh, he was a giant in the superintendent. I mean, he did a lot for the deaf. He built the school. I think he started in 1935, in late 60. And I mean, when deaf needed a job, Boltner would help him. When deaf needed problems, they would help them. And he was a member of several countries. I played golf, and he was good in getting money for the school. Yeah. Dr. Bolton and I were always on good terms until he died. Yeah. For me. Yeah. Dr. Bolton. His era was, I think, 1930. I can't be exact. And he was in late 60s. I graduated 60, Gallaudet 65. Then after that, sometime after Bolton retired, I would bump into him like social, and we would just tease each other, and we were always good friends, yeah.
That's when you grew up, so you took kindergarten class. What building was it? Then you have
No.
you worked on what building?
The Gallaudet building, the landmark. It was a, the time in the 40s and 50s. When you drive North Main, look at the school, it's a beautiful sight. The trees were lined up in there. Yeah, this was impressive. Then he added the Boltner building, added the Bull during his time, kept adding on, because all the deaf and kind of moved to school. That time, from 30s, 40s, 50s, hearing schools were for hearing people. Deaf school was for deaf people. There was no mainstream. So it was easy for Boltner to attract people from every same. I went to kindergarten, and teachers would notice I had different following. So he said to ASD. So he didn't have to work hard to recruit. They just flowed there. So he was in a good era.
You had different teachers. Which teacher?
They were all good, but one you'd stand out, Gordon Clark. He was a 7th grade teacher. At that time, I was always arriving late at 8:15, 8:20, and he looked at it and said, "That's not right. You should not be missing the first beat." So my parents let me stay at the school. So in the 8th grade, I stayed at the dorm until I graduated. It was good because when I went to Gallaudet, it was easy. I was already broken in dorm. See. It was good. I mean, it was different from home. I mean, you had to share a room with 4 boys. It was just a good social, yeah.
Where was your dorm?
3rd floor ASD in the Gallaudet building. The women here, men here. And they were always flirting on the hall. Loved him, yeah.
That's a good memory, right? Were you involved in that?
Yeah. Played football, basketball, wrestling, and baseball. Not good at it. It was just part of growing up at the school, getting involved.
You have that memory of
I don't know. I can't pinpoint anyone. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I go back again. If I had to do it all over, I go back again. That time there was no mainstreaming, so that was all. My only choice was that. Later on, the '70s started mainstreaming. Maybe parent had told me go to public school, but that time was nothing. So. Oh yes, oh yeah. I would never. I was glad I went there. They gave me a foundation, and here I am, 74-year retired, and everything, thanks to school.
You have anything you want to add about?
Yes, I was the first to be selected on the board under McCord, and it was a nice honor. Now we have several deaf on the board, which is good. That's a good memory. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. The new addition took a lot of guts from the board to use school money with statement. We were thinking that, but.
Do it again.
My name